Hi everyone, so in this video I'm going to show you how to finish up the Mastiff head. So adding all the extra parts. So first, to do the wrinkles, you can see I've already done this side. We have 2 wrinkles sewn over, and I'm left-handed, so I started the wrinkles on this side going from the side up and around. If you are right-handed, you will need to do this left side, starting from the middle going this way. It does make a difference. And on this side, starting from the outside. So you've got this fold in the middle that you made while you're doing the head. And then I'm just gonna start the eye wrinkles. So I'm gonna do the inner one first because it's easier. I'm literally gonna go right here where the black kind of meets. It's kind of hard to get to. And I'm gonna pull up a loop. I'm going to leave a decent amount on the inside because you're going to use this to kind of go under the eye for some highlight. So we'll do that. First, the stitch in here is always difficult because you're pretty much trying to get into the lip. Okay, and now I'm just going to slot stitch up here along where the black meets the white, and then I'm going to go around. So I'm pretty much trying to get exactly these stitches like going around these black posts in a sense. So slot stitch, oop, lost my eye, and then as you can see I'm literally going around these black little pillars that are left over. Like that. And then you can see on the other side, I kind of went down to where this wrinkle starts. So I'm going to do that on this side too. So slot stitch like 1 or 2 extra along. I did about 3 here, so 1, 2, 3, and then tie off. So that's the first one. Once I've done that, I can also see better where to place my eye because you kind of want it in the upper corner of this black area. So if I get my backer, I can now put my eye in. Find it kind of helps to do the wrinkle. There we go. All right. And then the second wrinkle. So again, starting from the inside, going towards the outside. On this side, if you're right-handed, you'll start on the outside, go towards the inside. So again, kind of either side of this forehead crease, pull up a loop. This one doesn't need so much of a long end. And then you're kind of going to go up this forehead crease a little bit, trying to mimic the other side. Kind of trying to go kind of in parallel to the other wrinkle. And then around. And you're pretty much going to be going down. You can see there's like one line in between. I sometimes have to do this a few times to figure out where I'm going, so it's either this, I think it's this row I need to go down. Does that look about even? Yes. And then again, you're just going to go down, slot stitching, surface slot stitching down here. Kind of a roundabout to the end of the ear. Yep, one more. Just equal it out to tie it off. Tie it off. All right. There we go. That's my counter I can take out. So once you're done with that, I'm just going to get my needle and sew up these ends. So for the inner eye one, I kind of want to go down to the end of the black and just go straight down with it so that it goes along this inside line. And then I'm going to tie it off here. Helps if you make it a bit longer than what I did. And tie it off. Again, that was the inner one. Do the same for the other side. Go along to the bottom of the eye, just to give them kind of this crease, and then tie off down here. There we go. So for the inner ones, we can just tie them off. Either you can tie them together or just like knot them somewhere. So I'm just gonna tie them into the bottom here. Go in, come out somewhere. One. Should have left this one a bit longer to tie it. Again, just, it's actually knotted already. Right. There we go. And then do the same for the corners. A lot of tying off. All right, tie off, out. And tie off. Out. And do the same on the other side. Tie off. Out somewhere, and last one. Clearly it would have been a smarter idea to leave the ends a bit longer. I didn't exactly give myself much room. There we go. Cut these ends. Right, so that is the wrinkles done. Next thing we're going to do is the snout. So these starting and finishing ends of the mouth, I just kind of tie off and weave in somehow. So this one kind of gives me an edge, so I try to kind of go under the snout to kind of pull that corner in to make it rounder. And then tie off here. If it would let me. This is why when I say leave long ends, I mean it. I just seem to be very terrible at doing that. Alright. One. And then I actually left a long end on this one. And two. Kind of knot it into the end, and then weave it up here a bit more so it's not bothering me as much. All right, so once you've done that, I'm going to take some of my CC yarn and I'm pretty much going to tie, just sew the edge of this kind of down here a bit. So this just kind of makes the mouth go a little further apart, which is kind of cute. So just like 1 or 2 stitches, just kind of tie it to the end a bit. If you want them a bit looser, you can leave it. This is kind of up to you. Just do that on one side. Tuck it in. And then similarly on the other side. Oh, yeah. All right. You can also face shape if you want to. For this one, I actually don't, because I think that pulls the eyes in too much for a Mastiff, but up to you. You could do that and shape them. All right, so your nose would then go here, from pretty much covering the whole around here. I'm not going to do that now because that's pretty basic. So just going to do the ears, so you have the long finishing end that you left on the outside. And what you're going to do is you're going to pretty much pin them down like this. So I kind of want to pin here, just behind the fold, that ear down. So might actually be more useful to use the starting end, but I don't have that, so I'm just gonna use this one. I'm gonna go into the head, figure out where I want to pin. So let's say around here, exit out of there, grab my ear. How perky you want to do the ears is up to you, so you can do like perkier or pull them down more. That is really up to you. I kind of don't use the edge, but like the second round, so that I can still get a little rim. So like that. See, it looks like this. And then again, just go into the ear underneath. I'll tie it off. And I still have the back of my head open, so I'll exit out of there. Okay, one, and then do the same for the other side. Go in, exit kind of what you want to stop the ear. Figure out how perky you want to pin it. Go on the inside. Make sure it matches. I think that did a pretty good job. I really struggle on the other sides. These starting ends you can just tie off and weave in. I'd probably do that before pinning the ears down. That would have been smarter because I can see better, but those you can just kind of end up however. Right, this end's a bit short, so I'll just poke it out there. All right, then you've got this guy. Then we're going to add some white under the eye. Nearly done. I'll find the end of my white. Or not. There we go. I didn't do a very good job of my forehead fold here, but I still enter at the bottom, middle. I'm just going to enter on the side of one eye, close to the eye as I can. I'm actually really terrible at this, so don't always copy me. Alright. Like that. Exit, same place. And then you want to go under the eye. Okay, that side turned out decent. That side did not, as always. Good enough. All right. Tie that off. Obviously tuck in all these ends. All right, and then the last thing I'm going to do is face paint, which I know typically scares the crap out of everyone. So I have my palette, and I typically use a dark brown, and I'm just going to very lightly use it for now. So I'm just like touching it like once. I'm going to go in between these forehead wrinkles. I'm going to do that on both sides. Just kind of highlights them a bit. You can do the forehead crease that you should have. Mine didn't turn out very well. Oh, not that high. If you're not doing a black nose, I would also highlight under the lips, but obviously that makes no sense to me at the moment. So it's just adding as much as you feel comfortable with. And then you have the head. And that's it, obviously, once you've added a nose.